Now, tonight we're very pleased to have one of the most popular gospel groups in the recording industry with us. These four brothers from Detroit have taken the music industry by storm with their inspirational music. They have also impressed many people by being positive role models for today's youth. Marvin, his twin brother Carvin, Ronald, and Michael. Collectively, they make up the Grammy Award-winning Winans. Later in the show, they'll provide us with a taste of some of that great music, and we'll give you a chance to call with questions and comments. The number is 872-4040. Gentlemen, thanks very much for making it this evening. We had a previous engagement with you, and you had to sneak out of town at the last moment to help Harold Washington with his bid for the mayor's race there in Chicago, and it certainly must have helped out. He did become re-elected, if I can say there, if I can get these words out. Let's talk a little bit about gospel music tonight up front. The popularity of it. It has grown in the last few years. Marvin, why don't you tell us why you think that's happening?
Well, I think it's become of age. People would listen to gospel music, and they felt like they could only listen to it on a Sunday afternoon or right before church or right after church. And they felt like it was just for those that went to churches. And I think the American people are enjoying the music for what it is. It is very positive music. And they're just coming out of the closet. You have a lot of people that have been enjoying gospel music for years, but we're afraid to tell, you know. And so we're finding that a lot of people are just saying, hey, I like the music, and we're happy about that.
What about the situation of contemporary versus traditional and the whole secular, non-secular beat and the argument that's come about? Mike, what do you think? Validity to that? You just think it's good gospel music? How do you see that?
Well, as far as our music, I believe getting the message across, regardless what the beat is like, I believe that's the main thing. And I have no problem with it. You know, the beat. The beat is actually to catch your attention.
I just really think that it's mainly a matter of taste, you know, just like anything else. You know, some people prefer slow music to fast, upbeat music, you know. But I think that even with today's gospel music, it's just more of a variety than in yesteryear.
And you're going to always have that criticism in the church because the church is afraid of change. And when anything new happens, you know, they sort of get very scared at the moment, and then it sort of mellows. When you think that Precious Lord was considered radical, you know, at the time it was written. So you're going to always have the controversy.
Carvin, let me get you in on this conversation tonight. Church played a very, very strong role in your background, your growing up. You all started singing very young. What role did it play for you?
Well, it played a very important role because of the fact that my dad, by having 7 straight boys and keeping us in church, it kept us out of trouble, for one. It kept us out of a lot of trouble. And then it kind of just put something in us to want to live right and want to do right, you know, when other teenagers around you were just doing their thing. So it kind of, it really played a role where we were able to write about different things, and the role that it played, I think, is reflected in our music today. In a big way.
You mentioned your father, and he was a very, very strong influence in your life.
Is.
Yeah, when I say was, I meant I'm sorry, but I mean in the formative years as you were growing up. That was very important, and you've passed it along. 3 of you are married with family. That's a very important aspect in your lives, family.
Very. It is the reason we're together, because that was first, to just amplify what Carvin was saying. The teachings of the church and Scripture gave you a ruler. It sort of governed you. It instilled values, personal values, moral values, and the right of others in you. So you had it. Even if you didn't do what you were taught, you had that as a yardstick. And my father and mother were disciplinarians, and it's paid off. They not only told us what we could not do, but the greatest thing that they gave us was the example in the way they lived, so that we had something to pattern our lives after. So his influence in our lives will always remain, because he's such a strong man, and therefore he raised 7 strong men, and we're just simply reflections of what he was.
You're still in Detroit. You all still live here. As you look around and you see the problems that we're having with youth today, do you think that perhaps, Ronald, that's the biggest problem? There are no real strong male role models for these kids to follow?
I think that is one of the major problems. And, you know, just echoing what they said, you know, by having someone in our lives as strong as my father was, and being an example also, actually in the days where decisions would come, you know, you'd be faced with decisions, in the back of your mind, you kind of, you know, say, what would Daddy do in this situation? Or I better do this right, you know, 'cause I want Dad to be proud of me, or I don't want to get in trouble, whatever the case may be. And that's necessary. You need that. I think everyone needs to have like a solid rock or something to look forward to and to pattern their lives.
Right now we want to get the folks at home involved and give them an opportunity to talk with the Winans. So if you're ready, hi, you're on DBJ, go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering, because of all the award ceremonies and fanfare that they've gotten in the recent years, how do they best deal with their keeping themselves together spiritually while they're on the road and with all the different trappings and things that are out there? That I know they have the support of their family and church here at home, but how do they deal with that out there in the world? And secondly, have they been in touch with other people in the business that that has been converted through their example?
Okay.
Well, what you do at home, you simply do on the road. We have Bible study just about every morning. We're out there about 9 o'clock, and it goes from about 9 to 11. And so that's the way we just stay in touch with the Lord and with what we're doing. We feel that what we're doing, we're called to do, so we keep that in perspective. We hope we've touched a lot of people, and there are groups that do come and say, hey, we've patterned ourselves after the Winans, and we're happy about that.
Okay. Hi, you're on DBJ, go ahead.
Hello, yes. My name is Marianne Porter, and I went to school with their younger brother, Benjamin Winans. I know he used to be with PTL Club, and I want to know what he was doing right now.
Well, BB and CeCe are about to release a brand new album. That it's a very good album, and it should be out in a couple of weeks, I believe.
It's on Capitol.
It's on Capitol label, the Capitol label.
Self-entitled, so be looking out for that.
Okay, and those are, of course, more siblings. That, you'll have. How many in the family?
10. 7 brothers and 3 sisters.
Big family. Yeah. Okay. You guys working on beating that? Anybody?
No.
Okay. Hi, you're on DBJ. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Bob. One of my questions has been answered, but I would like to know what religion or organization do they belong to?
Okay.
Well, we belong to the Shalom Temple Pentecostal Church here in Detroit, which is an independent Pentecostal church. But we brought up in Church of God in Christ and Sanctified Holiness Pentecostal Church.
Okay. We mentioned church. Let's talk a little bit about school. You fellas all attended Mumford High School?
Yes.
What's your favorite? Why don't we go individually and starting with you, Marvin? What's your favorite thought when you think back to your high school days?
Well, we had a gospel choir. We were friends. The Clark sisters. We all went to Mumford together, and we started a Christian fellowship club. So those were some of the fondest memories that I have.
Clark?
Mine would also have to be the choir, and the fact that it was just so many friends that we had there, and just running around with my buddies, you know, back in high school.
Well, mine is also
The
male
choir,
chorus.
Okay.
Enjoyed male chorus and also taking up piano, so I sort of missed that in a way. That's what I think of when I think back.
Right.
Well, the music, of course, the music room, room 123. But I guess the fondest one is when we did our first talent show there. We were all scared out of our wits. you know, because it wasn't really popular, especially back then, to do gospel. And we were going up against all these other secular acts, and Mumford was just a hotbed for good vocalists and musicians. So it took a lot of guts for us to do that, but we did it. And
Well, you talk about the music room, and we are sitting in front of a piano courtesy of Smiley Brothers, and we thank them for that very much. I understand you guys just picked up something nice from them. Why don't you do us a favor and just play with this a little bit and see what you can come up for us?
What, a Detroit Black Journal theme?
Okay.
Oh, let's see. The question is, will I ever leave you? And the answer is no, 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 oh no, 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 no. The question is, will I ever leave you? And the answer is no, 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 no.
That one, of course, the question is, was another very big, if you will, crossover hit for you all, in that it jumped onto the rhythm and blues charts and then the popular charts there. And you wrote that one.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration there?
I was in bed at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't think I was getting much sleep. But anyway, I told my wife, I said, I hear a song coming. And I went to the living room and wrote the whole song like that, and then got back in the bed, and that was it.
Always seems to be a message in the music for you fellas, isn't it?
That's the reason to write. we sort of put theme. I think you have to have reason to rhyme, and if it's going to reach people, with us, it has to contain the message. It has to have reason, and not so much spend a lot of time on the catchy phrases or the catchy rhythmic patterns, but more so the message, because if you have a solid base, a solid foundation of a song, then it's going to last longer than the faddish type compositions.
I kind of believe that we were put here and called to bring the message, and the music is just the vehicle in order to carry the message further and into, you know.
I want to talk a little bit further about bringing the message and giving the message in a moment. We want to give the folks at home one more opportunity, or a few more opportunities, to talk to the Winans. Hi, you're on DBJ. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling from Ypsilanti, and I've done a few concerts with the Winans, trumpet player. I wanted to know, this is especially to Marvin, there are a lot of good groups that I've played with before, and being an instrumentalist, I find it very, very hard to get the music that I like to get to some of the people in the business, to give them a chance to listen to some instrumental music. Is there anyone in Detroit, or anyone that they know of, that would be interested in listening to any kind of instrumental music at all, gospel instrumental music?
Okay.
Well, if that's who I think it is, if it sounds like Bobby, certainly he's a very talented trumpet player. And my advice to him and to everyone else is that and I feel very silly saying this to him because he's such a consummate artist, but to continue plugging with the rise of instrumental music by Kenny G and Najee, I think it is, and George Howard. I think people are now tuning toward instrumental music, and certainly with the right song, it doesn't make any difference as long as it's dedicated to the Lord, and I think that we're going to see quite a few gospel musicians really take off in the field of instrumental music.
Okay, so keep plugging along. Good luck to you. Hi, you're on DBJ. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Sam DeLine. I'd like to know, to the Winans, what are they doing as an organization to help the black kids today, and what can we look for from the Winans, and the black youth?
Okay.
Excellent.
Well, okay. Well, I would just like to say and put a plug here. I'm working with an organization called BABES, which is an organization which is a substance abuse prevention program that starts out with kids. and we've cut a PSA, my son and I, that will be aired, I think, near the end of this month. So I'm doing something right now as far as the Winans. I know we have something in store.
We have in the past done what we call eye care rallies. Basically, they've been at Mumford High School, where we had Kim Fields come in and Chip Fields and Carmen had Terry Cummings, and we've done youth things here. That's going to be happening. We were with Oprah Winfrey, and she's committed to coming. So we were, last week, as a matter of fact, I had to speak at Mumford High School for an alumnus, along with some other alumnus, including Carmen Harlan. And we're planning to go in, because youths are the heartbeat of the Winans. We're planning some camps and different things that are on the drawing board to stop what's going on in this city and turn it around. And we feel like we have a responsibility, not just to sing gospel music, but to minister and to be there for these young people that we feel really need us at this time.
As we all do. Okay, back to the phone lines. Hi, you're on DBJ. Go ahead.
Yes, I would like to know how do you exactly feel about gospel singers dancing? You know, I look at you guys a lot, and you've really been an inspiration to me as far as your attitude, your spirit, or whatever. And I don't want to mention it.
So the whole secular question, correct?
Dancing how? What do you mean by dancing how?
Performing, most singers, they have the videos or whatever. And like I said, I don't want to mention a name, but a particular video that I see and this particular performer, it seems like he dances, or I guess something that they would do in a disco video.
Okay.
Well, my goodness. No, I think that everything has to be done decently and in order. I think some dances that they do, on dance shows are too seductive and need to be changed altogether. But I think that we can dance and in the Lord and in the Spirit of the Lord and just have a wonderful time. And, that's where we stand. Is that where we stand?
That's okay. So let me ask you something. You all are rising to new heights as each new album and the popularity goes. You going to stay here in the city? Is this your home?
I know I plan to.
Yeah,
sure.
It's definitely my home.
Unless the Lord says, get to Omaha, then,
Just one of them, all right.
This will be one of them.
Okay, let me ask you to do something else for us. Let My People Go. Another very, very big crossover hit with a huge message that a lot of people got. Can you do a little bit of that for us?
Oh, you don't want to hear that, do you? Thank you. Butch, you ready?
Oh, Pharaoh was so evil, enslaved God's most precious creation. A wicked and hard taskmaster applied suffering every day. They cry, how long can this go on? Lord, our backs are about to break. Father replied, I've heard your cry, and I'll make a way for your escape. Now if I have to part the sea to set my children free, these are my people. Oh, turn the river into blood, send the locusts to devour. These are my people. Don't you know he said it back then, now he said it again. Let my people go. These are my people. So you had to go do this.
I'm gonna tell you, you guys don't know how hard it is for a brother who cannot sing a lick to sit here by y'all. Okay, you got a new product coming out in June. You got a duet with Anita Baker coming out on it.
Yes.
Right? What's the name of that?
It's called Ain't No Need to Worry.
Now, who sings the duet with her? You? Okay. I understand you have a wonderful impersonation of Anita Baker, too. That you can do both parts. Is that right? Can you give us a little bit of that? Share it with the people.
The song goes like this. Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring. It'll be all over in the morning. Ain't no need to worry but the night is gonna burn. I don't know who told you that. It'll be all over in the morning.
So that little throaty was neat. Yeah, She was on the show. Her voice was deeper than mine. Okay. Let me ask you something else. Mike, let me ask you. As far as going pop, would that ever cross your mind, or is that something that you really feel you got to stay with the gospel music?
Well, yeah, well, it crossed my mind.
Because I'm sure there have been offers.
Yeah, they offered many dollars, but, you know, the gospel is more, you know, it's actually in me. I can't talk for all of them, but I'm in gospel to stay. Really, it was drilled in me as a little kid, and I believe it, and so I'm going to continue into it.
Huh?
I believe it's our life's calling. And even though it was a choice, we really had no choice. And I think this is where our part of the vineyard, and this is, you know, what we're supposed to be doing.
Let me ask you quickly, Carvin, the Grammys and the accolades that are coming along. A sidebar, just enjoyment, or is it something that you now kind of sit down and, along with the message, say, hey, let's shoot for that too?
Oh, no, it's nothing we've ever sat down and said, let's shoot for. It's always fun to win. It's been a pleasure to win among your peers. It's always an honor, and it's something that we're grateful for. Whoever thinks that we're the best in 86 or 87, the times we've won the Grammys, we just like to thank them. But it's nothing we've sat down and said, let's write and try to win another Grammy. You know, they've just come, and we're glad for them.
Okay, well, fellas, it's still a song of yours. It's been a long time coming, but you made it here, and we greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Thank you.